We've got the news that Larry Kudlow will be joining the White House. He's not a trade war guy. How do you think his placement in the White House affects the markets? Can one person have that much of a difference?
Well, I couldn't be any more happy about the selection process here. I've known Larry for a couple of decades now. We've done shows together and had dinner together, and we have conversations all the time. I think one of the things he brings to the table here, and he agrees with the Trump administration very much on deregulation, very much on taxes, where they are going to disagree and have the most confrontational conversations is around trade. I think that's good. I think it's very good that there's another globalist and free markets person in the room while the discussions are being had. I think he's going to be a great sounding board. I think he's going to help balance things off, and certainly going to be a person in the room that we'd like to have as far as markets go.
You still have a year-end target 3,000 on the S&P 500. Is that right? And
yeah.
What changes that view for you? Is it primarily trade war risk? Is it individual companies like Boeing suffering and maybe just bringing an average down along with it? How do you get to that number, and what gets you to pull away from it?
Well, that's a great question. I think the risk there is not fundamental. So the fundamentals behind that estimate certainly come in. You know, we've seen where the earnings estimates for the S&P 500 have moved from, December to today. Coming into today, we went from, in the middle of December, we're at about 146. For 2018, we're about 158 now. You put a market multiple on that gets you pretty close to 3,000. What would change that is a mistake, a policy mistake, a trade war or retaliation for tariffs, such that economic activity slows down and therefore earnings decline. So anything that's going to put a dent in the economy, whether it's the domestic economy, the global economy, and trade wars will do that, or something that's going to impinge on, because of retaliation, the earnings capability of the S&P 500. That's the risk here. So that target is based on fundamentals as they stand today. If we make a significant policy mistake, whether it's too aggressive a monetary policy or just a not well thought out trade policy, I think that puts at risk both the economy and the earnings capability for the S&P.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.